This is a true story from Mr. Davies. It happened many years ago, but I still can't understand how this is possible. We had just moved from a big city to a small, quiet town, only about an hour's drive from the city. White fences, smiling neighbors. Everything seemed peaceful. On the third day after moving in, we met an elderly couple across the street, Mr. and Mrs. Volter. They were in their 70s, had no children, and seemed kind and gentle. They always spoke about God, prayers, purity of the soul. My mother liked them immediately. My father, not being religious, treated them politely, though without much enthusiasm. Since my parents still had business back in the city, they started leaving me with the Volters. The first time, everything was fine. I spent about 4 hours at their home before my parents came back. Nothing unusual happened. But the second time, that's when it all began. My parents went to meet friends in the city and left me with the Volters again. That evening, the old couple told me they had a rule. Every night at 9 o'clock we pray. And since you are with us tonight, you will pray with us. At exactly 9, they led me upstairs into a room. On the wall hung a massive wooden cross, but there was something wrong about it. Instead of a figure of Christ, the cross held a dark, almost black piece of cloth. Pinned to it were strange items, a rusty safety pin, a child's rattle, and a faded photograph. The Volters knelt before it and began whispering. At first, it sounded like a prayer, but the words didn't form anything familiar. I'd only been inside a church once in my life, but even I knew this was not right. They closed their eyes, grabbed my hands, and started chanting. Low voices, slow, repeating. 10 minutes felt like an eternity. And then, just as suddenly as it began, it ended. They smiled warmly. "Would you like to watch some cartoons?" they asked. A minute later, my parents walked through the door. The Volters looked disappointed. When we got home, I told my parents everything. My mother didn't believe me, but my father did. His face went pale. The next morning, he told me, "You're never going back there again." That weekend, my mother wanted to host a dinner and invite our new neighbors. We went house to house, knocking on doors with invitations, but we skipped the Volters' home at my father's insistence. During dinner, my father brought them up. He asked the neighbors about the elderly couple across the street. The table went silent. Then someone finally said, "There's no one living in that house. It's been empty for a year." My father called the police the next day. When they arrived, he explained everything. They went across the street, knocked, then forced the door open. The house was empty. No furniture, no food, no sign of life. Dust everywhere. It was terrifying. We never understood what really happened. The neighbors whispered for weeks, but no one had answers. My parents were so frightened that we moved away. We left that little town behind. We never saw the Volters again, and to this day I still don't know who they were or what they wanted from me.